How to take crosses. This is a question I get asked very regularly by the FlyForSport audience. And goalkeepers taking crosses once upon a time was something I used to struggle with a lot. And when it comes to taking crosses, there's different key elements that you need to really work on and practice, so that when it comes to a match day or even in training scenarios with players under duress or unopposed, you can improve at these things. One key detail I'll give you is timing. And timing means, how do we read the flight of the ball? Is the cross being whipped? Is it being floated? Is it being driven? Is it being looped into the air? There's so many different variables as a goalkeeper that you have to assess, and you've only got sometimes 1 or 2 seconds to make that quick split decision. So you really need to work on timing. Another key element I'll give you is highest point. So in terms of its highest point, you need to be taking crosses at its highest point, because whenever you are in a game scenario or a training scenario, if you're not taking crosses at its highest point means catching it above your head, by the way, and oncoming strikers and opposition players can always head the ball above you. If a player, let's say for an example, a player jumps up, outfield players can only use their head, right, to score. If we're talking about the highest part of their body in terms of height, but goalkeepers, if we have our hands up and we jump, we are taller than outfield players jumping up with just their heads. So hence why we should be taking crosses at its highest point. And if you take crosses at its highest point and you're brave, even if you are going to make mistakes or not, you continue to be brave and you keep taking crosses at its highest point, you will improve, you will prevail. So they're the two things so far: timing, highest point, and then one final thing I would say is communication. Communication is very key. So you need to be able to communicate with your defenders in a split second, and whether that is keepers or away. Away obviously means you're leaving it for your defenders to deal with. Keepers means you're coming to deal with it and you're coming to take responsibility and control of the situation. So these are more verbal advice. More practical advice would be, you would have to obviously implement these things in training sessions and in match scenarios, etc., so that you are prepared on a match day more than anything else. So when you're doing crosses, always do crosses unopposed first, and then work with 1 or 2 players in and around you, whether that's corners or free kicks, etc. So you can work on your timing, you can work on your taking crosses at its highest point, you can work on the communication aspect, and then all of these things will build up your confidence and you will improve. So if you've got any more questions, please put it in the comments below. It's been your boy Melvin Minter, one of the directors at FlyForSport. This is the goalkeeping platform to support goalkeepers globally, and I'll see you on the next episode, guys.